What is up, guys? In today's video we have another spectating random players video where I kind of watch random people in this game and kind of talk about what I would do differently and some of the things these players are doing right. As always, if you guys do find these videos helpful and informative, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and comment down below what your favorite place to land is right now on the Chapter 3 Season 3 map. We're probably not going to get too many more changes before this season ends, so let me know what your favorite landing spot is. We're going to be going Rocky Reels. Typically, it's a pretty hot POI. 4-0 build, so hopefully we can spectate somebody that just kind of gets like right into the action and plays a little bit more aggressive. We'll see how it goes though. And like I already said at the start of the video, I kind of walk you through what I would do differently than these players. I've had some comments on these videos about how like everyone plays the game differently and everyone has like a different preference and playstyle. I'm like, sure, that's definitely a thing, but that's not the point of the video. The point of the video is to talk about like the things I would do differently and the mistakes I see some of these players making, or what I perceived to be mistakes, so that hopefully you guys can learn from it. And I have gotten so many comments over the course of making these videos on how helpful they've been. So we're going to be on board here with Bradeno898. Got a Ranger AR. We just brought him a bunch of loot. Gonna take the crown. Okay, I was about to say, does he not want that crown or what? It's got Ranger AR, 2-shot shotgun, Stinger sub. There's some shockwaves there, which are really ideal. There's some chug splashes. It's one of the best healing items. But since he doesn't have any other heals, I was going to say, yeah, he probably just wants to go ahead and use them. It can be tough sometimes off spawn when you get chug splashes, because they are the best healing item for like mid game, I think, or just like once you're in a fight with somebody. And so the kind of default idea is to save them. But I feel like in this situation, he's better off using them because Rocky is typically a pretty hot POI. So he's just going to be better off not being greedy with those heals and using them. He also could have bought a Nimbus Cloud at that Dragon Ball Z vending machine, but he doesn't have enough gold, so he's just going to have to make do with the shockwaves for now. There is somebody else fighting on the other side of the POI, but I think those might be AI. They've been shooting too long without getting any kills. He's going to look for the snipe. They're like, I think the people that were fighting, yeah, they're on the building to his left. He just saw the guy. The guy ran out and is like in the bottom center area now, I think. But I guess he just didn't see that person at the corner of his eye. They're like right here. Thank you. Fight them. Oh my gosh. Nice. He gets the easy snipe. The patience pays off. There's another player to his right. There was just somebody full sprinting out, I believe, on the front side of that building. It could have been one of the 7 sentries. It was out front of this building. It could have been one of the 7 sentries, but usually they don't run. And I don't know. I feel like a lot of times in video games, people get way too tunnel vision on like what's dead center in front of them, and then they kind of miss out on the sides. But you want to be trying to pay attention to as like much of your screen as possible at once, and that gets much easier if you are playing on a monitor. So you see what a lot of more like, you know, competitive minded players do, or more serious players do, is they play on a smaller monitor. I play on a 24-inch monitor, and the reason for that is that it makes it easier to see everything at once. You know, if you're playing on a 60 or 70-inch TV, you can miss out on some of the stuff on the extremities just because you have the entire picture stretched out so much. And this is probably the person I saw sprinting out front of that building that he just ends up getting caught off guard by, because he was like completely unaware of their existence. He was kind of in a bad spot there anyways. This person just got shockwaved on. This should get this kill. I think there's somebody to his right though, or maybe they went to Butter Barn. I was gonna say this person had somebody shockwave on them. He should definitely want to loot that kill, I think. There's people fighting at Butter Barn, and it looks like he's kind of like committed to third-partying that, but I think he's better off looting that player he killed. That's where my crown is. That way he can get heals, because he doesn't have any extra shield. He's got a hammer AR, 2 SMGs. He barely has any ammo for his hammer AR, so like that loot is really high value to him. But like I was saying before, monitors are preferred. It makes it easier to see everything at once, and they have better response times typically and less input lag. And that's why you see a lot of players that, you know, are taking the game more serious playing on a monitor. If you want to play on a huge TV, that's fine, but the ideal condition is for a monitor. And like monitors have gotten to the point where they're pretty cheap. Like you can get a decent refresh rate monitor, like 144 hertz monitor, for like under $200 at this point. As long as it's 1080p. Like some of the more higher resolutions or higher response times, like 240 hertz, will run you more. But most people are playing sub 144 anyways, so that'll do. This player has no shotgun. So I guess they seem to be playing more for range anyways. You see they have the hammer AR, they have the heavy sniper, and they have the SMG. It seems that this person really just wants to keep range with whoever they're fighting and just get kills. Kind of like how we saw them already get 2 kills this game, where they third-partied that snap skin that we were initially spectating, and then also third-partied the onesie. And they just picked up both those kills mid-range, and that seems to be what they're doing looking at Butter Barn. And then in addition to monitors, headsets can also have a huge impact on your gameplay. Just sound in this game is a big advantage. There are things like visual audio you can turn on, but being able to see things as easily as possible in game and being able to hear things as easily as possible definitely goes a long way in increasing your awareness. I think he should shockwave onto this person. I don't know if he will. Oh, he's gonna go for it. I was gonna say I wouldn't know if he was going to, just because the loadout he seemed to be taking seemed to be way more like mid-range oriented. Just saw the player pick up that cloud. He can kill this out of the sky, I think. He should pull out the hammer AR though, or the sniper here. He can maybe snipe the person before he gets it off. I think you just want to be on your hammer AR here. Alrighty then. But headsets can be really good as well for increasing your awareness. And like the more you're able to see and the more you're able to hear, the more you're going to be aware of what's going on in game. And the better, like there's a player to his back right that he just didn't hear. And had he had a better headset or had he been using visual audio, he would have been aware of that. And like I was saying before with monitors, like the headsets can get pretty expensive, but even more of like a cheaper headset can get you like 90% of what you need, you know? Like there are some really expensive headsets out there and they do get better, but just having a headset at all gives you most of what you need. I am mind blown that this player is still alive. I feel like he like couldn't have played that situation worse, but he comes out ahead anyways. Hey, he's getting the gold. I'm surprised these wolves aren't attacking him, bro. These wolves would have been all over me. So yeah, even if you get a cheaper headset, just having any headset at all, I feel like is a huge advantage. Like I've played with earbuds in the past as well, and like, sure, it's not as good as a headset, but it definitely is better than just open speakers. Especially if it's a directional headset, like when that player was coming up behind him, I knew 100% there was somebody on his back right, and he didn't seem to be aware of that. And in zero build, that can be so crucial. The player that gets first shot in zero build is gonna win the fight like a majority of times. This guy just like role playing as a cashier? Like what is going on here? He's gonna go about his day. Alright, so he picked up the Kamehameha and he also picked up the Nimbus Cloud. The Nimbus Cloud likely won't be in the game for too long after you're seeing this video. I intend to post this on Monday, the 29th, and there should be an update on the 30th, and I think that the Dragon Ball Z stuff will be removed from the game by then. But the Nimbus Cloud is great mobility. I personally don't use the Kamehameha. I don't think I've used it at all, to be honest, the entire 2 weeks it's been in the game. But it can be helpful. I just feel like it's pretty gimmicky, and it's pretty easy to outplay if you have any sort of mobility of your own. Like I've talked about in so many videos, if somebody goes to Kamehameha you just hit your Nimbus glider, glide up to them, drop on them, and then you'll kill them when they get out of it. Or even this game, you saw he didn't have any mobility at all, and he just was able to get out of the way of the Kamehameha blast with the sprint. Like, as long as you don't try to just commit to killing the person using the Kamehameha before they get it off, like as long as you don't opt into that 50-50, it's really easy to just avoid this weapon. I'm surprised there has been as much outrage in the community. There's a player in front of him over there. I'm pretty sure he saw them, yeah. He seems to be aware of this. But I'm surprised there's as much outrage as there's been with the Kamehameha. I think it is one of the easier things to outplay in the game, to be honest. Like if I'm fighting somebody and they go into that, I know it's already a free win for me. Like there's nothing I would rather my opponents do than try to use the Kamehameha on me. This person knows he's here, I think. Yeah, he seems to not like close range fights at all. Oh, he's going for the Kamehameha? He might get this kill? Wow, I'm surprised. Like if you're that player there, right, and you hear him go up into the sky and use it, all you have to do is jump down to the side of the building, like the front here, and then like you're fine, because he wouldn't be able to see you anymore. And maybe he still hits you. Oh my gosh, his aim is ridiculously good. Like maybe he still hits you, but it's unlikely. He's likely dead here. Maybe not. He's very one shot though. I'm surprised he got out of that, to be honest. I think the other two players ended up fighting. Yeah, I just feel like with the Kamehameha, you can choose to not die to it. Like you really have to decide whether or not your opponent is going to be able to hit you with that thing. So now he's down to basically 125 HP. He needs whites. There are clomberries to like over here. So if I was him right now, I would probably go for this drop. There's clomberries like right here, I think, and he'd be able to use those to heal. There's also a heal vending right here. And as you see, he gets nothing out of that. So, like, he could go here and buy white heals. He could buy a med kit there, whatever. Or he could have went here and got those clone berries and picked up the drop on the way. Because if he doesn't get heals here, he's going to die anyways. And there's some mushrooms there, but he probably dies trying to get those. He's, like, really trying too hard to play off the Kamehameha, I feel like. Then maybe this player's not looking for him. Oh, my God, he might get that kill with fall. He took 50 white. I think he's going to go for the Kamehameha and then lose because of it. He's probably going to go for it, like, right now. He gets the kill. Alrighty then. If that lady shoots back at him, he dies there, I think. Like, I think she definitely could have killed him before he gets it off. Especially if she has an AUG. The AUG is just going to be guaranteed damage. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, they had a hammer. I think you still could have gotten the kill with the hammer, but it would have been more questionable. And obviously, she can't know how weak he is, but yeah. I don't know, man. I am, like, kind of surprised this person is still alive, to be honest. He has 4 mushrooms. He could eat those. And then he'd be basically at 200 HP. But if I was him, I would have played that entire situation differently. And just, like, the safer play would have been to get heals here at this vending. Or go through this area. And not try to, like, stick around and get those kills. But, I mean, I guess it worked out for him. He's got 15 opponents remaining. Tilted has been destroyed. I'm not sure what he's going to go for here. Is he going to that AUG? He's getting the grenades. Interesting. I was going to say, I would have been surprised if he was getting the AUG because he's passed one up previously. He seems pretty intent on using the hammer AR. And the hammer AR is good. I just really like the first person aspect of the AUG. Just being able to aim somewhere and guarantee that your shots are going to hit there and not worry about bloom is really nice. And when you're playing around cover, it's just really nice, which is what you're going to be doing a lot for zero build, you know? If you're, like, standing too close to your piece of cover with one of, like, the third person ARs, like the hammer AR, the combat AR, the ranger AR, like, sometimes it can be awkward to get your shots over. But with the AUG, it's just so easy to play around cover. And that's why I feel like, personally, whatever first person AR is in the game will probably dominate. Like, if next season comes and the AUG is vaulted and we get a different first person AR or we get the MK back, I think that'll just be the go-to. Not having to worry about bloom and just having your shots hit where you're aiming is so valuable. Although the hammer AR is nice. Like, if the AUG was vaulted tomorrow and we had to use the hammer AR or the combat AR, I really wouldn't mind that personally. Both those guns are, like, they're really good and they're really, I feel like, satisfying to use, but I don't know. Just not worrying about bloom and having a perfectly accurate gun is really nice. So he has 8 opponents remaining. He's got a far rotation here, I think. I don't know why. Okay. Using the map on keyboard is weird. He's got a far rotation here. We just heard players shooting over here. It looks like he's going to try to go far left and wrap around this way, but I don't think that's going to work. I think he's going to get a shot on the side if he does that. If I was him, if you just want to play as safe as possible, I feel like you rotate up this way and around. This lobby is pretty dead, and this zone is not, like, extreme edge, but it's somewhat edge to the point where, like, most people are going to be coming in from this side of zone. I feel like this area is going to be dead just because of, like, where it is on the map, you know? There's less people rotating in from this side than there is this side because the rest of the map has to flow in from this area. It's actually gotten this uncontested. I'm pretty surprised. I thought for sure there was going to be more people coming from here that would have had eyes on him there, and he would have got shot in the back, and then the people at, like, Fortress area would have came over, and then it would have just been a huge cluster. Yep, he's getting shot in the back, like I said. That person just hit him so hard. Luckily, it didn't happen sooner, though. Like, if it happened when he was, like, right here, then the person Fortress would have gotten involved. But since they're all the way over here, it's less likely for the people Fortress to get involved. And this is going to be the most congested spot of this zone. But if he went, like, far side and then in this way, and it would have been really easy to make that work with the cloud, he probably would have had this, like, whole half a zone unconned. He's going to go for a Kamehameha. I think he's dead here. Like, he doesn't let it fall, but he gets there. And once again, that person almost killed him. They took, like, 80 damage. And they could have just not taken any damage. If they just slid to the backside of the mountain there, they'd have been fine. But, yeah. Didn't seem to really bother them that they took much damage. And now they have this hill for free. They got a 2-shot shotty, a combat AR heavy snipe, and a cloud. This is a pretty good loadout. I don't know if the guy he killed uses all his splashes. Those splashes could be pretty valuable, but he may have gotten them off. Right now, if you're this Chun-Li and you just don't want that Portafort to be a factor in the game, you could start heavy sniping the stairs and the cones on it. 2 heavy snipe bullets would make it basically unusable, because then the entire portion that somebody could use to peek him would be exposed. But he doesn't have the most sniper ammo, so maybe he doesn't want to go for that. But if he shot that stairs and that cone, then that porta-fort would be basically unusable for that player. Because the remaining cover pieces would be like really exposed to Chun-Li. I was checking out that loot. The slashes would be nice, but I don't know if it's worth going for. I guess it is. He just took fall damage. That's not ideal. But he was going to have to rotate off this mountain anyways. You know? So it's not like waiting until the last second to leave here is really that valuable to him. Oh, all of the chug splashes got used. There's only one. That's unfortunate. This is going to be a pretty good use of it. He probably doesn't get a kill here. But he can kill them out of the sky 100%. I think. Maybe not. If there was somebody camping in that trailer, nice shot. If there was somebody camping in that trailer, then just using the Kamehameha to remove all the cover would have been nice. And like odds are if somebody's just ratting in a trailer like that, they're not the most comfortable fighter. He's getting landed on by somebody. Once again, that's where audio would be helpful. I heard that guy coming. Got 3 opponents remaining. He has no early damage on this player, and he's down to 150 HP. His overshield is going to be coming back soon, though, so he'll be at basically 200. And somebody just opened a drop to his right. I feel like he should wait for his Cloud to come back and then just wrap far side with Cloud. Because right now, if he fights this other person, they're just going to get third-partied by the guy that just opened the drop on the mountain. It looks like he's going to go for the snipe. He seems like pretty confident fighting. The other two are fighting. This is good for him. Somewhat. Because, like, he could have gotten an uncon fight versus this person, or they wouldn't have got third-partied, you know? That's somewhat ideal, too. I feel like you just want to get top mountain here. This guy's landing on him. Oh, no. GG's. That's so awkward. But, yeah, if he just got top mountain here with his Cloud, he would have had an easier time holding this person. And since the other people had just fought over here somewhere... Oh, I guess that guy was top mountain. Never mind. This is very hard to win. That's what I was talking about before. Like, fighting this fight kind of just makes it to where whoever wins is probably just going to get third-partied anyways by top mountain. GG's. There's just not much you can do there. That's one of the unfortunate aspects of Zero build. Nice. This guy's 190 crowns. What a beast. GG's. But that's one of the unfortunate aspects of Zero build. Sometimes it doesn't matter how good or bad you are. If you fight at the wrong time, your game is over. And so much of Zero build endgame just revolves around not getting third-partied. And that's why I was saying, like, just wrapping far side with Cloud probably would have been a better play, because if him and that other player try to rotate in from this side and there's somebody on this mountain, then their game is basically over to the person on the mountain, because they're going to have to fight each other, and the person on mountain just has the easiest third-party angle ever and, like, really good cover. But that is going to be it for today's video of spectating random players in Fortnite Zero build. Let me know what you guys thought of this video in the comments below. I also am interested to see, like, what your favorite landing spot is in the comments. Give it a like, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.